Welcome to PlanSwift for Painting Contractors, where we believe you will see this incredible program will give the painting contractor everything they need and more. Let's start with how PlanSwift works with our painting assemblies. When you purchase PlanSwift and also purchase the painting assemblies, over here you'll have templates, parts, and inputs where you'll have a new listing here. The file folders are default folders that allow you to change the price of your materials and or the labor rates. For example, for the flat latex, when your wall paint changes for flat latex from your material supplier, you would enter that information in this one file folder, and anything in the database that uses flat latex is automatically updated, making your material pricing dead on accurate. We'll scroll on down here to the doors here to show you how the surfaces are set up. Each surface, for example wood doors, has fast, regular, and slow. This has to do with production or the difficulty factor of that job. For example, fast doors would be a flush door, regular door would be a panel door, slow door would be a French door, allowing more time depending upon the conditions of the job. This will allow you to create and edit your database so that eventually the labor part of it will be dead on accurate right from the get-go. Showing you how it works, everything's alphabetical. We'll scroll down here to the walls. We'll pick walls regular, hit the green button. Just go ahead and now here we can hit the advanced tab to change this description to whatever I want. DWB walls at 8 feet. And then use that surface there. Scrolling on down, it allows us to set the specs for that job. The 8 is defaulted to 8 already. I don't have to change that. It's one prime coat, two finish coats right here, and then anything that's in blue is going to be taking it from those file folder databases we showed you over here to the right. Production rates allow you to edit this and put in so that you can match dead on what your field is doing out there in the field so that your labor is calculated correctly based on a production rate method. The labor rate is taken from that default folder as well. Once that is clicked and specific to the job, you then just go ahead and start clicking all your points for measuring off all the walls. Once that's done, we're going to delete this just because we're kind of playing around and use the magic of technology to say, poof, we've already done this job. So there's all the walls complete with the color coding that will let your painters know exactly what type of paint goes where, and also let you know the height that you estimated for those jobs, for that job site. We have the ceiling plan. There's a ceiling plan taken off, allowing you for the arc feature that will get you dead on accurate quantities as far as ceilings and flat surfaces go. For the door schedule, you come up here and select from the list here to pick the doors, and then just click everything that is a wood door to be painted or stained. Hollow metal doors and frames to be painted, those clicked off as well. Now what we like is this extra feature here that we've been able to add, and that's up here at the top. If I don't see something in the items that the painting assemblies have been built for me, then we've actually programmed that so that it's as a count item, and it will allow me to come up here and put in on the fly, I want the measured bollards. I can change my description to bollards as well. And then I come in here and said, now how many square feet of surface do I have on a pipe bollard? Well, it's either 4 feet high, 1 foot in diameter, 1 foot times 3 per pi is going to give me about 12, 13 square feet per. Let's give it 12 square feet per pipe bollard. 1 prime, 2 finish, and I can pick whatever color I want for those things. Let's pick safety yellow. Down here, I'm just going to leave my defaults for the materials alone, because I can do 4 pipe bollards in 1 hour. 4 times 12 would give me a production rate of 48. Down here for the prime production rate, and down here for the finished production rate, 48 as well there. Leave the labor rate alone, and now I can go ahead and start clicking at every place that I have a pipe bollard on my plans. Now we don't stop there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the power of what we've built into the PlanSwift. The first column here, we have got the description. The second column for the quantity, how it's measured. We have the primer gallons broken out for you, finished gallons, number of coats, total material dollars, total labor dollars, the total hours, the unit price, base, and the bid amount, finally in the last column for the total quantity of surface there needed to calculate the materials. Now we don't stop there. We actually take this information and export that to Excel with one click of the button. Down at the bottom of the screen it gives me sheet 1. I just backward highlight, copy all that information and paste it into my PlanSwift master. And you can see in less than 10 seconds I now exported that into a completely different program in Excel that allows me to add and live the job, fine-tuning the final amount. Up here in the upper left-hand corner we have the travel and per diem. I can put a Y there and it will automatically throw that in for me. I can give it 8 hours for my mock-ups and samples if I have sample time I want to throw in there. For my lift equipment I can drop in $1,200, and that's going to give me 2 weeks for scissor lift. identified here. And it automatically will then take my PlanSwift amount and add to it this amount here to show me now the revised bid amount. As I'm looking down here, I can see that PlanSwift used 300 square feet per hour for a production rate, giving me 55 hours. If I want to change that, I can say let's make that 80, and let's make this 24, so I can change the hours to whatever I want to on the fly to give me a more gut feel realistic number. Over here to the last column, in column V, slide over here just a little bit, you can see that my new production rate went from 300 over here to the 208, or about 200 square feet an hour, making it more realistic for that job. We don't stop there. We have an edit bid feature here that allows you to say, well, see, here's my price. I'm at $12,000 at 11% net profit, making $1,338 in true net profit there. It allows you to break down the specifics of how it calculated that labor rate, and it also allows you to change that labor rate. Well, what happens if I go to $42 an hour, and I'm going to change my markup only to 10% instead of 15%? I'm now down to $608 net profit for 5.3%, and I drop my price down to $11,000, which I feel may be better. If I don't like 12, want to get it into $11,000 range, I can do that on the fly by simply changing my labor rate and markup here. This allows you to live the job to get the price dialed in finally. We also have another feature here that if any of these items are going to be subcontracted out, let's say we're going to subcontract out the doors, I can say, well, they're going to charge me $657, that's what I've got on my bid. I can mark that up 10% to allow extra profit for myself, sub it out for this amount, charge this amount, and it'll automatically update my price. Back to the edit bid feature, you see that, and it increased the price here as well as the price here that we've dropped it down. The main point here is it allows you to get dead on accurate with your labor rate, your pricing, live the job in a separate program that allows you to instantly change things on the fly to get you to the final bid amount. Another bell here is the field budget sheet. This goes out to your field. It gives your field a list of the surfaces, the quantity, how many hours you've estimated. We want you to beat it by 10%, designated up here in C1. And that beat it by 10%. That's your goal here. And then daily they record exactly how many hours was spent doing what. At the end of the job, you'll be able to take this information, compare it to your estimated hours, and therefore eventually over a couple of months of time get your production rates dialed in, transfer that over to your estimating software in PlanSwift, making sure that your labor then from that point forward is pretty much dead on accurate based on historical information. Okay. One other thing we'll be more than happy to discuss with you is the only thing left is to bring up a template in Word that will give you the scope of work. In a template, you just edit out what you don't want. It had interior items, exterior items that you've included in your price. Down here, specific exclusions, where it has some ideas that for you that what you've already excluded, which you can edit this out, and clarifications down at the bottom. Again, something you can hand to your customer that is very clear as to what your price represents. Well, that is the overall picture of the PlanSwift system here. As a quick review, back to the home page, we have exactly what the Takeoff can do for you, how easy and quick that is with our painting assemblies, giving you the breakdown of everything you need in PlanSwift, and how you can export that over here to Excel, giving you even more control and information, making the PlanSwift system the best estimating system for painting contractors. If you have any questions or would like a personal demonstration, please feel free to contact Evergreen Technology. You can pause your screen, get that number, 949-769-2012. We'll be more than happy to do an on-screen live demonstration for you using the internet technology. Thank you for looking at our painting assemblies, and we're looking forward to hearing from you in the near future.